L. Ron Hubbard's Evolution of a Science is a slim volume that purports to explain the origin and development of Dianetics, the precursor to Scientology. Presented as a kind of scientific autobiography, the book describes Hubbard's journey of discovery, his development of the reactive mind theory, and his supposed groundbreaking research into the mind. However, a closer look reveals that Evolution of a Science is a concoction of borrowed ideas, dubious claims, and deliberate omissions, all framed to position Hubbard as a lone genius who revolutionized the study of the human mind. The book's true purpose is not to present a legitimate history of scientific advancement, but to mythologize Hubbard, delegitimize existing psychology and psychiatry, and recruit readers into Dianetics, which conveniently offers solutions to the problems Hubbard claims to have uncovered. At the core of Evolution of a Science is Hubbard's claim to have discovered the reactive mind, which he describes as the subconscious repository of traumatic memories, or engrams, that dictate irrational behavior. While Hubbard frames this as a novel breakthrough, the concept of the reactive mind owes a clear debt to Freudian psychoanalysis, particularly Sigmund Freud's theories of the unconscious and repressed trauma. Freud posited that unresolved conflicts and traumas buried in the unconscious could influence conscious behavior, often manifesting as neuroses or irrational behavior. Hubbard repackages this idea in mechanical terms, likening the mind to a computer corrupted by engrams, and rebrands it as entirely his own discovery. Unlike Freud, who emphasized the therapeutic relationship and deep introspection, Hubbard dismisses the complexities of the unconscious and replaces them with a one-size-fits-all solution: auditing with the E-meter. This oversimplification strips away the depth of Freud's work and reduces the intricacies of human psychology to a pseudoscientific gadget. Hubbard also borrows from earlier self-help and motivational movements, particularly those of the New Thought tradition. Concepts like the power of positive thinking and the idea that the mind can heal itself through visualization were popularized by figures like Émile Coué, who advocated autosuggestion, and Napoleon Hill, who championed the role of the mind in achieving success. Hubbard integrates these ideas into his system by presenting auditing as a way to harness the mind's innate potential. However, where New Thought emphasized personal empowerment and self-discovery, Hubbard introduces an authoritarian twist. Individuals must rely on Scientology's auditing process to access these benefits. By appropriating these ideas and cloaking them in scientific-sounding terminology, Hubbard creates a dependency rather than encouraging independent self-improvement. One of the most glaring issues with Evolution of a Science is its lack of evidence for Hubbard's supposed research. Hubbard claims to have conducted extensive studies and case histories to develop Dianetics, yet the book provides no documentation, data, or peer-reviewed results to substantiate these claims. He writes, "For over a decade, I worked in the laboratories of the mind and mapped the highway out, yet there is no record of any formal laboratory or controlled experiments." Instead, Hubbard relies on anecdotal stories and unverifiable assertions, such as curing a blind man or a paralyzed war veteran through his techniques. These miracle-like accounts lack any empirical support and mirror the kind of unverifiable testimonials common in pseudoscientific and snake oil traditions. By presenting his work as science, without following the scientific method, Hubbard misleads readers into believing Dianetics is a revolutionary breakthrough rather than an untested hypothesis. Hubbard's portrayal of his supposed scientific journey also conveniently erases the contributions of others and delegitimizes competing fields. For example, he dismisses the entire discipline of psychiatry as harmful and corrupt, framing Dianetics as a revolutionary alternative. He writes, "Modern mental therapy was an admitted failure. Psychiatry, psychology, psychoanalysis, none of them had the answers." By positioning himself as the savior of mental health, Hubbard casts aside decades of psychological research and advances, even as he borrows heavily from their foundational ideas. This tactic not only elevates Hubbard's status, but also creates an us versus them mentality, where readers are led to distrust traditional mental health practices and embrace Dianetics as the only viable solution. Another critical omission in the book is any exploration of the ethical implications of Hubbard's methods. Auditing, as introduced in Dianetics, involves eliciting deeply personal and often traumatic memories from individuals under the guise of clearing their engrams. However, Hubbard offers no discussion of the potential harm or risks of this process, nor does he provide safeguards to protect individuals from psychological distress. Instead, he presents auditing as a flawless, universally applicable tool, ignoring the possibility that such unregulated practices could lead to harm. This lack of ethical consideration is especially troubling given the authoritarian structure of Dianetics and Scientology, where individuals are pressured to divulge their most intimate thoughts and experiences, often to their detriment. Ultimately, Evolution of a Science is not a history of scientific discovery, but a piece of propaganda designed to elevate Hubbard as a visionary while discrediting established psychology and psychiatry. By appropriating ideas from Freud, New Thought, and other traditions, Hubbard creates a facade of originality, while the deliberate lack of evidence and ethical safeguards exposes the manipulative intent behind his methods. The book serves as a recruiting tool, luring readers into the world of Dianetics with grandiose promises of mental and spiritual liberation. However, what it truly offers is a closed system of control, where individuals are drawn into a cycle of dependence on Hubbard's unproven techniques. Far from being a scientific breakthrough, Evolution of a Science is a testament to Hubbard's ability to distort, rebrand, and monetize the work of others while claiming the mantle of genius.